Welcome to the Chef's Pantry. I'm Anna Rossi, and we have a great show for you today. We are rolling out the red carpet for celebrity chef, James Beard Award winner, Karen Akunowicz. You may know her from TV, from her delicious restaurants, Fox and the Knife and Bar Volpe. And guess what? She has a new cookbook, one of my absolute new favorites, Crave, and we're gonna cook our way through it. Let's go. Karen.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming to play with me.
I am so excited to be here. Remember the last time we hung out, it was via Zoom.
This is way
during
better.
COVID, and this is so much better.
Yes, and we have to celebrate because you have created the most mouth-watering masterpiece, Crave.
Thank you.
Okay, not only do I believe so, but Amazon just ranked this top 20 books of the year. That's unbelievable.
I know. I was literally shocked. So shocked.
I'm not.
It's amazing.
Because you see all my dog ears. I've been bookmarking things, and we're going to spin through some of the best today with you. Delicious steak with an amazing sauce. We have a scallop dish, delicious salad. But you're on fire, not only the cookbook, but you brought wine and olive oil.
Yes.
All the things.
Yeah, these are two of my, just such personal passion projects for me. The KA wine is our signature wine at both of the restaurants. You can buy it to take home at both of the restaurants.
And a great, delicious, grassy, extra virgin olive oil. Beautiful packaging. It's just so deluxe. I love your concept behind Crave. And I know what I crave, but the why behind it and breaking it down, what's your philosophy?
So for me, I think a lot of craving is emotional, right? It's not necessarily that I want chicken for dinner. What is the question? I'm sure you and your husband ask each other, what do you want to eat? What do you want for dinner? It's not necessarily that I want chicken, but I want the chicken that you make on Sundays. I want my best friend's fried chicken that she makes for me when I'm having a hard time. Those are part of our emotional cravings. There's also your body knowing what it needs. Your body saying, I need some protein, I need some iron, and craving steak.
And then bringing in those chef tricks to get that texture, to get that crunch, that great flavor balance that's amazing. I like that we're starting with something very simple and approachable, but elevated. What are we doing?
This is a fennel panzanella.
Cool.
So panzanella, I opened Fox and the Knife in the winter, and I wanted a version of panzanella that made sense for the season. And I came up with this fennel panzanella that has tons of pomegranate arils in it. It has chicory, it has herbs, because our bodies need that in the winter, and it's bright, and it's fresh and tangy, and it goes with everything.
It's a party pleaser. And I like that you have the base of fennel. I'm crazy for fennel.
Me too.
Should we start there?
Let's do it.
Okay.
So we're going to shave the fennel incredibly thin. I love fennel. I use it in lots and lots and lots of different ways. This is just shaving it super thin and tossing it with all of these herbs, the greens, the chicory. We finish this with sumac, which gives it a little bit of like a fattoush vibe, I think.
Okay, cool. And
Lots
it's fun to say.
It's fun to say.
And then when you give it that nice thin shave on the mandolin, you don't even have to remove the core, too.
Exactly.
So easy. And so you removed the fronds. I see that you saved some for the garnish on the top.
Yeah, we use the whole fennel.
What's this?
So this is radicchio.
Ooh.
You can use any chicory. You could use endive. You could use frisee. But I love the color. I love the bitterness. And I think this is just a beautiful addition to this salad.
And what do you do? Give this a little shred on it with a serrated knife?
Exactly.
Okay.
We're just going to julienne it really fine. I'll let you use the chef's touch. So we're dressing it with what I like to call old school red wine vinaigrette.
I like it. Why?
So
Why is it old school?
So for me, I'm from New Jersey. Any kind of red sauce, Italian-American joint that you go to, you are going to get your salad with red wine vinaigrette. It's going to have oregano on top, right? And it's going to be served in one of those faux wood bowls. And
the
that
laminated
to me,
ones.
yes, that to me is so reminiscent of my childhood. I wanted something that for me was really nostalgic and craveable. We are going to add some of these sumac, lime pickled onions. So these are its own recipe in Crave. It's in the first chapter, and they are pickled, if you want to try one, they're pickled with lime juice and sumac.
Oh, I love pickled onion, but the lime adds a totally different layer to it.
That's a
little
trick
bit
I
sweeter,
learned.
a little more floral.
Exactly. That's a trick I learned when I was working at Oleana in Cambridge. I worked there for years. So that's a little nod to,
Just lime
to my
juice?
time. Lime juice, a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and sumac.
I see loads of herbs.
So many herbs. Let's grab some. We can just go ahead and tear these up. We have mint and we have basil.
Okay.
And we're tearing them just to release some of those oils in them, to bring out the flavor, to bring out the fragrance in them. But we want to leave them in, we don't want to chop them because we don't want to bruise them, and we want them to be really bright.
Okay.
Part of cooking is feeling, it's smelling, it's tasting, and it's knowing what it feels like. I know when a salad is dressed properly just by the way that it feels.
Yeah, okay. So how does this feel? We're gonna add the croutons?
Good so far.
Okay.
Yeah, let's add the croutons. You can go ahead and pour all of those in.
These don't look like the ones from a Ziploc bag.
So we have tossed these. This is sourdough bread tossed with olive oil and tons of furla spice, which is a Sicilian spice blend from Curio in Cambridge. And it's just my favorite.
Wow.
I mean, that is, right? That's like the ultimate crouton.
Do we need one more?
Of course I do.
Yeah, okay. And then the palm arrows.
Palm arrows, I just added a spoonful of them. Tart, bright,
Yeah,
refreshing,
so colorful.
textural, right? We want all of those things in our salad.
Also, this feels like something that would be really substantial and could hold its own for a light dinner.
So, it's hearty.
Yeah.
You can also make this, a salad I dress. I'm like, call everyone, when I'm making salad, I call everyone to the dinner table first, and then I toss the salad so it doesn't wilt.
Yeah.
If you're making a big salad, but this can stand up. The croutons can stand up, the fennel can stand up. Have at it with the palm arrows.
A little extra.
Beautiful.
Extra, extra.
Extra, extra. We add a tiny bit of Parmigiano Reggiano.
Ooh, I like that.
We are going to garnish with some beautiful fennel fronds. And then if you want to
Give a little
sumac,
pinch.
Yeah.
I
More
love.
than a pinch. You can.
Okay. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
Wow. Well, it gives that great color burst like you'd get with a red
Yes.
pepper or chili flake, but it's a totally different flavor.
Yes.
Oh, we are just getting started. This looks so amazing. We have a steak resting that has our name on it, so you're going to want to stick around for that. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to the Chef's Pantry. It is our lucky day playing in the kitchen with Chef Karen Akunowicz. And what are you guys craving? I know I am here for all that you're whipping up from this cookbook.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited, and I'm excited to get to this salsa verde recipe.
Okay, so this is a steak that we all need in our back pocket. Tell us what you went ahead and got a head start doing here.
So what we did, this is a skirt steak. So this recipe is fantastic with any kind of steak. Hanger steak, skirt steak. I love those cuts of beef because they are delicious. They are flavorful. So I would take that over a filet mignon any day of the week.
Well, and a great price per pound too.
Exactly. I'll take flavor over tender any day. But it's also great with a ribeye. Steak loves an herby sauce, whether it's a chimichurri, a salsa verde, a gremolata, like a bright little herbaceous sauce is the perfect complement for it.
So you have heavily seasoned this with some salt and cracked pepper, a little olive oil. And then you gave the grill a good time to preheat. And then it was like screaming hot for those great grill marks.
Exactly. And with skirt steak, we want to make sure that we're getting those grill marks on the outside. We want it nice and hot.
So she's doing her job in resting. And then these are beautiful, like a lot of those flavors that you talk about in the book that have that tang, that salinity. What do we have?
Exactly. So we are going to start where we're going to make a salsa verde.
Okay.
And we have some panko breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
So often, not always, but salsa verde is thickened with a little bit of bread.
Oh, wow.
Right? So you get that's what gives it some of that body. So what I like to do is we're going to start with this. We're going to add some red wine vinegar to the panko breadcrumbs, and we're going to soften them up.
Do the panko breadcrumbs respond differently than like traditional breadcrumbs?
You know what? They're a little bit puffier.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit lighter, so it's going to give our sauce great body.
So I didn't know you could do that. Yeah. I didn't know you could soften panko breadcrumbs. I love that already.
It's perfect.
Okay, and then the verde is coming from beautiful parsley.
Yep, we have beautiful parsley. We have capers. We have, of course, olive oil goes into almost everything I make. We've got some garlic. We've got some kosher salt. And here's our little umami secret weapon. So often salsa verde has anchovies in it. So we're using colatura.
What is colatura?
So colatura is Italian fish sauce. It's aged fish sauce made from anchovies. It has a little bit more body than a traditional Asian fish sauce. And so we are using that to make this kind of a delicious umami bomb.
Amazing. Okay, does the order matter in how we pack things in?
I'm going to start, we're going to slice a little bit of garlic.
Great. And this is just to give the garlic a head start. Ooh, okay.
It's a powerful little tool. We're going to add our capers.
Nice.
We're going to add our red wine. So we're also adding, so we've rehydrated, our panko breadcrumbs, but we've also added acid, right? So that's what we want it to, right? We want it to be acidic. Steak is rich and it's meaty and it's fatty, and we want this to be that beautiful counterpoint to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add our colatura.
The capers are so smart too, because you get a lot of complexity in something that's acidic, but also briny and has that bitterness too that is really nicely balanced.
You got it. Okay. We're gonna start by adding we're gonna
put this processor to the
top. We'll add a little bit of olive oil to make sure it's got liquid in there to move.
So is this your Karen Akunowicz olive oil?
This is.
Okay, so you're not only using it as a finishing oil, but also, okay.
And what happens is the volume goes down, right? So now we can go ahead and we can get the rest of our parsley in there.
So is this a ratio-driven topping where if you have cilantro or red onion, or you can kind of mix and match with some of the basic concepts?
I feel like you can use cilantro for that.
It smells amazing. God.
And so we've just got this beautiful, we're gonna add a little bit more olive oil to it.
Oh, that looks so luscious. Look at that. I love how you described your olive oil as verdant.
Yes.
And I can touch that. Here, can I taste this?
Please.
Okay. Oh, wow. That is so good. Dude. Okay, let's get that on the steak. That is is awakening. It's green. It's so fresh. It has so much depth. And then grassiness, a little bit of kick maybe from your olive oil. Even a little peppery finish in there. That is dynamite. Okay, my mouth is watering and I'm craving the steak. Okay, so it also matters how you cut a cut like this, right?
Absolutely. You want to cut against the grain. So what I'm gonna do is, I like to go
a little bit at a diagonal to kind of cheat the difference?
Yes, a little at the diagonal. We're gonna go, we'll have some long pieces, we'll have some shorter pieces.
Amazing.
So what I like to do is I like to make sure with everything that we're always getting like the best bite that we could get.
Yeah.
So I like to take this and I like to, we're gonna put a little bit on the bottom of the plate.
Very gorgeous. I mean, heaven forbid if we miss a little bit of that.
I know, and that's the chef's piece right there.
Oh, thanks. Can I make myself at home here? I am at home. Oh.
So good.
So good.
We're gonna give this a little bit kiss of kosher salt on top. We are gonna drizzle a little more salsa verde.
Yum. But how you bring that restaurant experience to the home kitchen?
Yeah, so how you make something simple. You know what, I'm gonna even
give it one more little,
give it one
blessing
little kiss. One blessing, I love that.
Yeah, oh wow, look at that.
You know Italians, we olive oil everything.
There's never enough.
There's never enough. And how you make something really delicious out of something really simple, but how you get that wow factor.
Yeah. That's incredible. Okay, so we're building out the full spread, and seafood lovers, Karen has something for you too. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Chef's Pantry. It is a great day with Chef Karen Akunowicz. We whipped up steak, a panzanella salad, and now it's time for scallops. Scallops. And then what's going into this dish? What are we making?
So we are making a scallop piccata, but we are making a bright and fresh piccata. You know, when you think of like chicken piccata, sometimes you're thinking about that like a little gloppy, cornstarchy kind of sauce. This is so bright. This has lemon juice, it has white wine. We're finishing it with parsley and capers and butter, and it is just taking the scallops and just elevating them.
Ooh.
And they're decadent.
Yeah.
And they're delicious, and they're perfect for this time of year. And they're easy.
Easy. It's like sunshine on a platter. You're smiling describing it. Okay, so I like seeing the lemon, the butter, the parsley, simple ingredients. But let's start with these beauties here.
So these gorgeous scallops, these are the little foot. We call them the foot. They're the adductor muscle. So we're just going to, you just need to remove that muscle from the scallops to clean them.
And that would be something that would be a little coarser and tough.
Exactly, like it's a little,
No harm in eating it, just not delightful.
It's just tough.
Yeah.
And the scallops are beautiful and soft. So we just get rid of those. And we've taken the feet off the rest of them. And we want to pat them, we want to make sure they're nice and dry.
Okay.
Because if they're wet, you're not going to get that beautiful golden sear that we want on them. We'll start by just seasoning our scallops with kosher salt. So we're going to take our little scallops.
Okay, and you did a nice 360 seasoning on them.
Yes. We want the whole thing to be seasoned.
So is this part of the tip? You give them like a little walk around the pan?
I give them a little walk around the pan. I'm making sure that where they're sitting in the pan is nice and hot.
Okay, I also love going back to your chef hands. How your hands are what are placing them in the pan, so you know that there's great contact.
There is. I know exactly where they're sitting.
Yeah. It's like you're wishing them well.
I am. My little babies, my little scallop babies. I am going to throw a little bit of butter. Even if you're making scallops and then you're putting them on top of a puree or a salad or something, you'll baste them with a lot of butter. We're not using a ton of butter to brown them because we're going to create a pan sauce. Look at this. Like, that's a dream right there. That's what we want to see.
Well, and how it's blossoming on top and starting to split open. Like, when I think of cooking scallops, I think of like 80 to 90% cooking through on that one side.
Yeah, I cook them a little bit less than that typically.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you because we're going to make a sauce and then we're going to cook them the rest of the way. But yes, I cook them probably about 75%, maybe a little bit more than that on the one side, and then just
like
kiss them on the other side.
Give them a little toss around so like all that great juice gets to incorporate all the way around.
All right, let's crank up our heat again.
Okay.
And now we're going to make our piccata sauce. This is a pan sauce. So do you mind grabbing that beautiful Dobby, that white wine that you have here? And so what we're going to do is we're going to deglaze all of those good bits right there. If this is like a great foundation of cooking. We're going to scrape up all of our bits.
Nice.
I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of chicken stock to this.
Okay, nice.
And we're going to simmer that. So we've got the beginnings of our sauce here starting to really simmer away. And you can have that on a really high because we want to reduce that. We're going to add some bright lemon juice. We're adding those briny little baby capers.
Great. Okay, so now you're having some fun here with the butter. Okay, we're building. And this is going to start to emulsify and get that nice velvety sort of texture. Oh,
exactly. Look at that
pool of deliciousness.
I've got some beautiful fresh leaf Italian parsley over here.
Great.
I'm just going to do a quick rough chop. And that's brightness, right?
Giving that fresh.
Do we taste it? Do we need a little?
What do you think?
We need a little salt.
Oh wow, that's delicious.
We're gonna add a little more butter, and then we're gonna take these beautiful, beautiful scallops. We're gonna emulsify the butter in a little bit more, and we're going to put the scallops back into the sauce. We're gonna add that big handful of parsley.
Gorgeous.
So bright and fresh. And our scallops are gonna go swimming.
Oh.
So my dad loves scallops. I try and get home to my parents' house. My dad loves scallops. He, only ever gets them in a restaurant. And so I bring them home. I have great seafood purveyors here, and I make them for his birthday. And he says I can never eat another scallop again. I mean, he's also my dad, but
Well, to have Karen Akunowicz for a daughter making him his birthday dinner, I think he's already received the gift.
Yeah.
Nice. That's great. But I love having something that has that very comfort-rooted flavor, like a piccata or chicken piccata, but celebrated, especially in New England with our seafood.
Oh my gosh, the best, right?
That's amazing. Oh wow, that looks amazing. So fabulous. Well, I think the only thing we're missing is maybe a glass of wine to toast with.
Well, you know what?
I think you came prepared.
I think I can help us with that.
It's both in the glass and on the plate.
Yay.
Oh, cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
To all the good things. Keep it coming. I want to eat what you're plating up. Wow. Oh,
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to dive in. Well, I'm going to take a sip. That is not just any table wine. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, what a big, juicy mouthful that is. And then look at these scallops. Jeez. Oh. This looks so beautiful. These dishes all work really well together.
So good. Perfectly cooked.
Okay, Papa Akunowicz, I totally understand why you want that for your birthday dish. That is phenomenal. Yeah, that piccata flavor profile does so well with those little candies of the sea. The salad's amazing.
So bright.
So bright. Radicchio never had it so good. Seriously. I'm always like, what do I do with this radicchio? And that is what I'm going to do with it now, too. So great. Awesome. Well, cheers to Crave. Rogue and LJ are so lucky to have you at the helm. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna. I appreciate you having me.
Okay. We'll see you on TV.
Yeah.
Cheers.